It's highly unlikely that when San Diego's traffic engineers were laying out the street designs for La Jolla in the early parts of the last century, that they could have imagined that in 1949, a hardware store would become the figurative crossroads of the village. However, that's exactly what happened. For over 70 years, Meanley and Son Hardware, joining the Ace Hardware Co-op in 1997, has become not only a beloved legacy merchant, but an important supply center for construction teams, commercial maintenance personnel, and local do-it-yourselfers.
My grandfather, Tom Meanley, was the Meanley, and my father was the Son, and that's where the name Meanley and Son came from. I believe they opened the door for the first time in November 1948. The Meanley family was a part of the larger Scripps family. My great-grandfather was E.W. Scripps. His daughter, Naki Scripps Meanley, married my grandfather, Tom Meanley. My dad ran the store for 17 years, and after he passed away, my mother ran the store for 10 years, and then my brother stepped in and ran the store for 10 years, and I've been here for about 35 years.
Meanley and Son Hardware is known for its zealously attentive and knowledgeable customer service.
So in the beginning, Meanley and Son Hardware was a simple mom and pop business, and there were lots of mom and pop businesses in La Jolla at the time: grocery stores, bookstores, pharmacies, and so forth. And most of retail back then was small mom and pop operation. But then big corporations moved in and started, squeezing out the mom and pop operations. My father was very devoted to service. Customer service was real big with him, and he treated everybody equally. He treated everybody the same. He wanted to make sure that everybody who came into the store got good service, and I have done my best to continue that tradition.
Number one, customer service is extremely important because you don't get that everywhere, and I was trained a long time ago to take really good care of customers because it matters and because they can shop anywhere. They're really good about ordering things. They go to the trade shows and buy what's new and what's best, and we have more flashlights than any other store in town, I can guarantee you that. And we have toys and fun things, and we have doohickeys for you whatchamacallits, in other words,
So I have a little obsession with flashlights, and I get a little bit of a kick out of saying it's from my childhood, okay? So my grandmother used to have these really wonderful Halloween parties, and big families. So there'd be 30 or 40 family members at this Halloween party, and she did all kinds of cool things. But one of the things she would do, she'd have a treasure hunt. When I was like 3 years old, I was like the youngest member of the family at the time, and they're handing out, the treasure hunt would be at night, the party was at night, treasure hunt would be at night, it'd be outdoors, and she'd have all these little coins spread all over the grounds, and we'd break up into teams, and the team that found the most coins won the big prize. And so she'd be handing out flashlights to everybody, and by the time they got to me, I had the ugliest, scrawniest, dimmest little flashlight, you know what I mean? And so I always wanted to have a good flashlight as a child. So I tell that story as how I developed my flashlight obsession, and so now we have a pretty good selection of flashlights.
And its aisles lined with shelves, thoughtfully and plentifully stocked with everything that a hardware store should have, along with a surprising array of items that customers are pleased to discover that they do have. Plumbing supplies, tools, home gardening products, a complete paint department, electronics, games, toys, a plentifully stocked candy counter, next to the selection of scented candles, steps away from the kitchen gizmos you only just realized you can't live without. It's a browser's paradise. And, oh yes, Meanley Hardware is dog-friendly.
We take really good care of the dogs in the community. We have every dog trained. Every dog loves to come in here and get a biscuit, and Kathy downstairs is really good at taking care of dogs. All of our employees love dogs.
We have dogs that come in all the time. We have one that runs away from his owner and comes in here and sits behind the counter with his paw up. You know, I think it's important that we respect our customers as well as their pets.
Eventually, sooner or later, everyone shops at Meanley, the Jewel's Crossroads, in the heart of the village.